Welcome to A Family Rules Live. My name is TJ Jackson, and with me is my wife, Frances Jackson.
Hola.
We do this show every Wednesday. I just called it a show. I don't know if I should have. Maybe that's just the performer in me. But we do this live, connecting with you all every single Wednesday. And this time, we had a topic in mind that we wanted to discuss first. Yes, we're going to answer general questions. So, yes, if you want to ask anything you want, that is still okay. But before we got into some questions, Franny and we went and I should say I took one for the team and I went and took Franny to go see the latest installment of Magic Mike, which is the third movie called Magic Mike: The Last Dance.
I think so.
Um, I do want to share my opinions on it. I know Franny's going to share her opinions on it. What I should say too is, Franny, have you seen any of the other Magic Mikes?
I did see the first one.
Not the second one.
I didn't see the
So
second
it's
one.
not like you're a huge Magic Mike fan or anything like that, where you know all the details.
No, but I think it's good entertainment.
I didn't. Wait. Let me first ask, or
Mhm.
let me set it up before you start telling me what you think.
Okay.
I, you know what I love about you, Francis? I've been with you for 20 plus years, and there's a little there's differences in your laughing and giggling. It's like there's a little unhearable giggle that you do when I know you're feeling good, but also I don't know. I don't know if it's nervousness. I don't know if that.
It's not nervousness, that's for sure.
Easy, Francis. Anyways, let's do this. Let's share the screen a bit so you guys can kind of see what we're talking about. This is the movie called Magic Mike. It stars Channing Tatum and Selma Hayek in this way. And I grew up loving Selma Hayek. She was always a very beautiful person that I always thought was just beautiful and just pleasing on the male eye when you're growing up. And obviously Channing Tatum is a good looking dude. But what I like about Channing Tatum is he's a very nice guy as well. I actually don't think I've ever met him, but I've heard many people say, okay, whoa, okay. Hold on, before we get into all this stuff, Franny,
Should you have the sound on or no?
no, we can't have the sound on for
Okay.
various reasons, but
Okay.
I should have given some type of warning, and maybe we should get some type of warning. Is this movie rated R? It has to be, right? Or no?
I don't think so.
PG-13?
Probably.
What is this rating?
That's a good question.
You know, because I actually don't think it's rated R.
I don't think it is either.
You know, and it's probably the American me thinking it's rated R, but it is rated R.
It is
which I didn't think was that
rated R.
It's not really for a 13-year-old though. Let's be honest.
No, it's not.
So it makes sense. It makes sense. But I didn't think it was a hardcore rated R movie. So if one of those where I don't know. But let's share the screen. Let's share this again.
Our Wi-Fi again. Oh, there it goes.
Yes, we'll be fine. Okay, so Franny, you and I saw this yesterday. It's been out for over a week, and I will say this: it wasn't like we are big Magic Mike fans or we had to go see it, so we saw opening night. It is the number one movie in the States right now. I'm sure Ant-Man's going to overtake that. But I have to say, before I get to you, I have to say it's not a bad movie. I thought it was entertaining. It had some great dancing. There's some of the strip thing that's really not for me. But I respect the film. I respect the art. I respect who it's made for. And to me, it's made for 30 to 50-year-old women, 30 to 60-year-old women.
I think all ranges.
Ranges, even not teen women, for instance.
No, not teens, but 20s and up.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because look, there was a lady sitting next to us.
Oh my goodness.
How old would you say she was?
And that's what we need to talk about, you guys, because there was a woman who was sitting
in the theater by herself.
she came to this movie and she was got to be in her low mid 60s.
I would say mid to high
Mid
60s.
to high 60s. So she was probably in her 60s and she loved the movie, y'all. She was clapping, she was giggling, she was
Yep.
all
Uh-huh.
those kind of
And snapping her fingers.
she was into it. Didn't matter what kind of song, didn't matter what male was on the screen. She was into it. And that's when I kind of like, I kept tapping Frances, like, Frances, check her out. And she was, again, all alone. She was laying back in her chair. She was comfortable. But I have to say, you guys, that's when I kind of came to a realization that I got to respect this movie. It's not for me. It's not the movie I'm going to excited to see the fourth installment, but it's one of those that I respected. And
Yep.
Franny ever wanted me to go to take her to see the fourth one, I do it happily. It's not one.
It was a good storyline, though.
It was.
It really was. It wasn't just. It was, to me. It wasn't raunchy.
It wasn't.
Yep.
Oh, Tori, she was definitely living her best life.
She was. She was up in there.
And that's why I liked it so much for her, because we should be making movies that make people feel all types of emotions and just she's probably reminiscing to her younger days, because there's a lot of young men on the screen dancing around with no shirts, doing things that you don't normally see on the screen. So it was fun for that, because I was thinking that's cool that she gets to experience this.
Yeah.
Where else is she going to experience this when it's done in a relatively, and I can say this, in a tasteful way,
Yeah.
and not in a very like sensual but artistic and pure way.
I don't know if you
sense.
noticed, but you were the only guy in the theater.
Oh, was I?
Yeah. Thank you for taking one for the team.
I don't mind,
because we were almost going to see Titanic.
I would never discount the 60s. I could share something with you. There are many times, and it's happening more and more. I'm in my mid 40s. There are many times where I actually imagine and just smile thinking about Frances in her 60s.
I hope so.
I do.
Woo, it's going to get rough.
It's not. I'm like excited for it. I think it's a beautiful thing. And like you said, don't discount the 60s. She had some energy. She was laughing.
For me, it's more about, it's not the appearance of the 60s. It's like the aches and pains that I already have. And I feel like I'm going to have even more.
But I feel there's a freeness to 60s.
Oh,
Once your kids are out of the house.
If I feel freer than now, it's going to be great.
Yeah. So look at Chewy in the background. That's our dog, Chewy. For anyone who doesn't know us, that's our dog.
A blast.
Yeah, funny, but Chewy's just in the background chewing. We've been trying to find him the right toys too, because there's some plastic ones that I don't think are the safest. So now he's on a rope. He tears up the Amazon ones.
He tears up everything.
But Chewy's an amazing dog.
Yeah, but you know what, honey? I think as a woman, it's a great feeling to hear my husband say, like, I think about you when you're 60, or I saw this lady today and it made me happy.
Even watching Selma Hayek, I was like, Franny's, I believe.
Careful.
No, I was going to say Selma Hayek's 56, right, in the movie. And I was like, if Franny, which looks, in my opinion, is on that track.
We'll see.
That's the way to say it. You are on that track, honey. I bet you if you go back 10 years to Selma Hayek, it looks just like you. I was like, I'm excited. Just a beautiful woman. She's a confident woman. She's a free woman. And I was like, if my woman's going to be like that, this is going to be an amazing rest of my life.
That's right, Elle. Older doesn't mean boring.
So I again, I just wanted to say, I thought it was actually a pretty good movie. Again, if you're just a single guy or a guy, I don't know, necessarily think it's, I think it's great to go with a female that you love.
Yeah.
A spouse.
I mean, look, you got Selma Hayek was in there and she did an amazing job too.
She did.
I was just thinking, girl, I mean, the way she was so like limber and flexible.
Yeah. It was a great movie. And like Franny say, obviously no one's really going, I think, for the story, or they're not really, that's not the main reason why you go to Magic Mike, is for the story. But it was a good story, and it talked about like dreams, and
it wasn't cheesy. I don't feel like it was cheesy. Samira says, "I love dancing, and I'm 45. It makes you feel fantastic." I agree.
And I don't want to give too much away in case anyone goes to see it.
Well, what was your favorite scene?
Well, okay. Before I say my favorite scene, one thing I want to say that I really liked about it was the narration that talked about dance and what it does to us as humans and
And
the
it is an
importance
art for
and how
sure.
it's an art and how it was a form of communication and the power of dance. I liked all that stuff because again, I think sometimes, whether it's because of TikTok or because of what we see on music videos, we kind of just discredit dance. We just think of it as a form of entertainment to try to get popular or something like that. But
Yeah.
there is something that's very powerful about different types of dances that for humans, I think can connect humans and make humans feel a different way. So a variety of ways. And I thought that was not only shown in the movie, but I thought it was really well, it kind of explained and talked about in the movie. So I thought it was really cool. That scene, by the way, is my favorite
On
scene
the
on the
bus.
bus. I mean, that one's not bad too, but I think we're getting some lag, but it's okay. But the bus scene was cool.
That was cool. It was choreographed very well. My favorite scene was the water one.
Okay, Franny J going straight to
I'm
it.
just gonna say that. I mean, and I'm not that type where that stuff is like, ooh, but
Yeah.
it's how he grabbed her.
Oh, Francis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, come here, girl.
Hey, first of all,
You
you're
my
supposed
woman.
you're supposed to give a warning before you talk like that, Franny. Um, yeah, I have to say, and can I embarrass you a bit?
Sure.
When that scene happened, well, let me tell you. Let's read this comment. Seven says yes. Some people in 60s and 70s look good. I saw an image of Susan Lucci, and she's in her 70s. It still looks great. And you know what it is? I think it's also your mentality and mental being in life and how you think of life.
Mm-hmm.
If you think of life in a positive, grateful, upbeat, happy, energetic way, I think it shows and really becomes apparent on your face
Yeah.
and who you are versus the opposite. If you're just very negative and down and always discrediting things and always ready to fight, and I think it wears it on your face
It definitely ages
and
you.
as you age, it becomes more of a grumpy thing that does not give off good energy. So, but yeah, I truly believe that. And it's really cool because when I was in my 20s, I didn't really think of 60s and 70s and 80-year-old women as beautiful. Not that I didn't think of them as, I just didn't think of it, to be honest. I didn't really think of anything. I just thought they were my grandmother's age or whatever. I didn't think of it. But now that I'm in my 40s, I can honestly say you're 100% right. There's some 7-year-old women out there that are just beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a really cool thing. I don't know if it's maturing as a male. I don't know what it is, but it was really cool. Now, we got some comments I want to share too. Bobby says this film already makes me want to commit hypothetical adultery. um, yes, Chris Nell, she didn't waste no time telling us her favorite part.
It was
Um,
good.
okay, so Franny, let's talk about your favorite part. This is so funny. Yeah, this is a good question too. Yolanda says so much asking Franny how uncomfortable she was watching this movie with hubby. Love it, and I love you guys.
Oh, we
So,
love you too, Yolanda.
Franny, was it hard at all watching with me?
Not at all.
Would it have ever been?
No.
Why?
I'm it's a movie.
Okay.
It's a movie.
At one point, were you wishing you were with girlfriends watching it instead of
No.
me?
No.
So I was a perfect movie mate for
Yep.
Magic Mike. Okay.
We both got to see eye candy. It's great.
Okay. What was your favorite scene?
The water one where
Okay.
he literally they're dancing and they're fully clothed.
Uh,
No, well, not fully. He has boxers or whatever on
okay.
at that scene.
Okay.
But it was when he like grabbed her and pulled her. It was
Yeah. Well, maybe we should be zoomed in on Franny's face just for a second. What was it, Franny? You want to use some adjectives? What?
no. It was juicy.
Oh, that's a good word. Okay, it was juicy. And I will say this: there were some cool scenes, beautiful dancing, like I said, and it was funny because Frances was right next to me, and she was like, "Oh God, don't," and all that stuff. Oh, good. Oh, fuck. It's like looking at her, and it to me, honestly, it was cute because it's like poor
I
Franny.
sure was, especially on that scene. I was not expecting that.
She's like, I got to get this on DVD.
I'm just saying.
It was fun. Claire says, TJ and Franny, you should reenact that water scene. You want to do it, Franny?
Who's to say we didn't already?
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. We did.
Franny, do you want to do this? Do you want to do a dance?
That would be so funny.
That's
actually,
probably not going to happen. But I will say this, you guys.
we would laugh the whole time.
It was a fun movie. There's some great dancing involved. That's the water scene. That's the beginning of the water scene, right? That's the water scene.
Yes, it's when he.
Okay, Franny, you've said that 3 times. You don't need to keep saying it.
Wow, it was pretty cool. I'm just.
All right, I will say this, you guys. So this is.
Did that scene shock you? You know which one I was talking about, right?
I know which one you're talking about. I'm sorry for all those who are watching it, and it's just kind of like scrolling, and it's not the best quality on the internet.
Yeah. So you're giving away too much of the movie.
This is a trailer.
Okay.
This is a trailer. That was a funny scene. But all right, we won't go back because the quality doesn't seem like it's the best. But I will say this, and this is what I wanted to say. Selma Hayek is married. Okay.
Yes.
Obviously, I'm going to assume she's happily married. She's been married for what, almost 10 years now, Francis? Or not that long?
I don't know. Maybe.
At least 5. At least 5.
Yeah.
So the one thing, by the way, as Desi says, Channing is pleasing on the male eyes. On the male eyes. Okay. It is rated R. Thank you for that, April. I'm just checking out these. Isn't this the movie about the dancer? It is. Samira says, thanks a million for sharing this movie. I would love to watch it. Yes.
You should definitely.
Oh yeah, and then Omizzle, 100%. Halle Berry's 4 years away from 60 years old, and she looks fantastic. For the movie lovers, Monsters Balls is her best movie. Omizzle.
She won an Oscar for that, didn't she? Or was she nominated?
I think she was.
She won.
No, she did win for that.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so I haven't seen that one in a while. I got to re-see that one.
Yeah, Halle Berry.
I remember thinking it was really good. And then AJ says, everyone thumbs up. So here's the thing. What I wanted to say, though, is Halle Berry is married. Again, I assume happily married. But I have to say, you guys.
Chewy is all up in it.
I am not so sure that I could allow Frances, even if she was an actress.
You did make that comment. Go ahead.
What did I say?
You're like, there's no way I could let you do that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, really? Well, what about your music video? And he's like, that's different.
It is different. It is different. So she did try
acting.
to throw in some. Maybe we can get a bit of insomnia on here.
Boy.
In case anyone hasn't seen the Insomnia video, maybe let's see. Maybe I could just add it on there. But Franny,
but you were like, I could never let you do something like that. You did say that. I was shocked about that.
Why?
Because you're not that guy.
No.
You always tell me it's just acting. It doesn't matter.
And I believe that.
Look at that.
I believe that. But what I also is see how old Selma Hayek's husband is. And this may be, look, I'm being honest with you guys. This may be insecurity. I don't really mind if you're going to say it is. Okay, that's me getting it ready. Let's share. Okay, we're going to share this. Okay, there you go. There's my insomnia screen. I'm sorry for all this. This is because it's within me. And
he's 60.
So let me go here with it.
He's not that old.
Who's 60?
Her husband.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So he looks older. Okay. Would that change my perspective? Okay. So look, this is my music video. Okay. I can see this. Francis is not looking, daughter. Which is a good thing. This is my music video. And now since Francis's head is back up, we could take it off.
No, why don't you go where the hands, like your hands are on the body and yeah.
My hands on the body?
Yeah. Her body. Like.
Oh, Francis.
It's about to show.
Oh, that's just, come on. That's nothing much. Anyways, I remember early in the movie, I was thinking, because Selma Hayek does resemble Francis a bit. She does. Yes. In 10 years, you could be that for sure.
Okay.
There's a lot
Thank
of
you for that compliment.
there's a lot of similarities.
I never thought that.
And I was thinking to myself, could I really let my wife be in this kind of thing with a male
Could you?
actor, as I like this scene in particular? I was thinking to myself, I don't think I could handle that.
Really?
I could not handle
So you
that.
would never get me a stripper for my birthday.
That's a
or
different
something.
thing.
Is it?
That's a different thing. If you told me you wanted that, I could do that for an important birthday milestone. That's no problem. When you're on set, how many actors fall in love with their co-stars?
Many. I was just about to say that.
Movie sets.
The chemistry.
See, and that's why it doesn't compare to what Insomnia was. It doesn't. This was one day, 6 hours, 7 hours. There was, sweet Stella, but there was no like continuation and no, I'll see you tomorrow, and no built up rapport, where I feel like,
if it's up to Omizzle.
no, that's actually my desire.
I don't think it's a bad idea.
And by the way, I know we're talking quick, but I do want to do some type of a sequel, prequel, something for Insomnia, since I think it is a cool little look and storyline.
Definitely sexy.
That could be added on. But Francis, what I wanted to say is Selma Hayek and Channing Tatum were together for 4 months, being very sensual, being very. It's a different thing, and I hate to say this. I didn't think I would say this before.
I didn't think you would either.
I didn't. But while I was sitting there watching, I was saying, this is a role that you just can't do.
You've always said it's part of my job. It's just
I know,
acting.
Francis, I would have loved to have thought that, but I could not have let you be.
That's funny, because that must mean, I don't know, because that means you've evolved. Because I feel like,
is that a good thing?
Yeah.
So
you're
do you
more
like
protective?
So you rather me feel that way than to feel like,
yeah, you're being protective. Yes.
Okay, that I didn't expect that to come. And sensual Michael TJ Chess. Maybe look.
I don't feel because you don't come off as jealous at all. That's why it was shocking to me. Because even if I said it, you're like, it's acting. It doesn't mean anything.
Sensual Michael says it's not different. It is different.
I don't think so.
One music video. Oh my
Thank you,
goodness.
Teresa. Come on, people, get on my side.
It is completely different. It's one day, 6 hours.
Double. See, I love it. Team Franny J.
What is going on here? It's so. It is way different. It's again 3 months.
Team Franny
at least of filming a movie, of eating, of having breaks, and being on a different set in a different city.
They had breaks
and traveling. They go to London.
Harmony says, "I'm with Franny on this one.
No difference. No. There's a big difference, you guys.
How?
Oh my goodness! Is anyone out there with me saying that it is?
That's what
different?
I was telling him. How is it different?
Look,
he was adamant. I was like, no, it's still acting. It's still very sexy and sensual.
I'm getting slammed here. I can't believe this. Look, I didn't expect all of it. I honestly thought most people will say it is different. I honestly did. I would thought this would be the other way around, but it is completely different.
I let him have his little opinion.
I wonder if this is all women feeling it's not different to try to like collectively get back at me.
Go ahead. What does Claire say?
Didn't the woman on the Insomnia video say she had a crush on you behind the scenes video? Yes, but
not only that, she said, I still do. Like whispered, I still do.
When did she do that? That's in that?
Go to behind the scenes. Omizzle knows. She said it in French.
Okay, listen. She did? You speak French?
You guys had subtitles.
Oh, okay. Franny, don't forget nothing.
They were like, someone asked her, didn't you have a crush on him? And she was like, yes, he was my favorite one. And then she goes, I still do.
I can't believe this. It's so different. Maybe because
let's see what Mayor says.
Look, it's
sorry, TJ. That's not fair. If your wife got a part in that film, I think you should agree like she agreed.
Okay, I wouldn't if my wife was an actress, if you were an actress and you got a part, I would say yes. But here's the thing. If you are Selma Hayek and I am your husband, you're not doing that movie. Say what you want. Look, you're an actress. You can get other roles. You can get other films.
I love
I don't think I
Dana's
could do that.
comment.
I don't think I could do it. Look, you guys who are all commenting, you probably haven't seen the movie. Go see the movie, and then I'm just being honest. I'm being real about it.
Didn't you see like all the comments on your where a lot of people were saying, "Oh, I would never allow my partner to do that," or Francis must be very strong to deal with that.
But I think a lot of people aren't thinking of it. They're not thinking of it. They're just thinking of what they see. They're not thinking of what they know about the industry. And my answer is because movies are 3 months to 4 months, sometimes 5 to 6 months in the making. You're traveling. So like, part of it takes place in Miami, and then the other part takes place in London. I don't know if that's a really good thing to be having when all the connection between you and this person for 3 months is on a sexual, very emotive way. I think it's, you know what it is?
What is it?
You know what it is?
What?
I think it's just like me being intelligent about human nature and humanity. 3 months, 6 months, nah, that's
so
one day.
Sounds like you're dumbing me down because
I have all the faith in this person, all the faith, but at the same time, I'm not gonna. No.
What Dee Dee even said something about the insomnia video yesterday. She goes, "I didn't like that video."
Chrissy, I agree. Love scenes in movies are very technical, not sexy to film, but
the chemistry
that's from minute 1 to 2 hours. For the whole 120 minutes is on a whole nother tip. It's not like they're friends first and they're playing at a carnival, and it's not like they don't know each other. From the beginning, the very first scene is a very like connective scene between these two. And I don't know. I
think you're outnumbered here, babe.
Samaya agrees with me. It's different. One day when everyone's there, including you, is different than 3 to 6 months when you're traveling.
Well, if you had a scene like that, I'm gonna be on that movie set every day.
See what I mean? And maybe that's what I'm saying. I couldn't watch you. I couldn't even watch you do that movie.
But see, I contemplate like if you do another sexy video, if I even like want to be there or be involved.
I understand.
I contemplate that.
But I think the reason why it's different is because it would be one day. And it would be a shot, a scene, and done.
It's not a shot.
Different.
And a scene. It was like 24 hours.
Sure. How many scenes were there between Selma Hayek and Channing Tatum that were very like?
Paula's got something to say.
There was a connection. There's a lot. And again, I don't want to blame Selma Hayek. I don't want to say something happened. I don't think anything happened.
Yeah.
But I respect her husband. That's a strong man, you guys. That is a strong.
So now
man.
You can feel me for the first time.
For a movie, I can. For a movie.
Okay.
Video, nah, that's part of being an entertainer. Anyways, Paula says, okay, TJ, you keep holding on to one day, 6 hours. You had a one night stand with the insomnia video. It wasn't that bad, you guys. Omizzle was there. Right, Omizzle? I saw you in this chat.
Loves it.
I love it. I know. Carrie's with Francis on this side. I see you guys. I see. And George says, I'm keeping my mouth shut, not getting George, I love it, man. You're still my man, dude.
I did mention it, you guys. I did. Right when he said that, he's like, I could never let you do something like that. I was like, so what about the insomnia video? He's like, that's not the same at all.
Look, I said it during the movie. I looked at it and said, I could not let you do this. Right during the scene. I was like, there's no way. And then as the scene progressed, I said, oh, no way you would be doing this. No way. It's so interesting to me to hear that you actually think that's a good thing.
I do. You're being protective.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you would take it as like me being jealous or something.
Oh, jeez. And Julian says, I'm with Franny. Sorry, TJ. Also, I'm a male.
Thank you, Julian. Thank you very much.
Just me and Samira, huh? I'm staying strong. I couldn't do it. Chrissy says, with the super chat, thank you so much, Chrissy. Love scenes are not sexy to shoot. They're very technical. They are.
They are. And I'll tell you, like, I took TJ aside during the insomnia video and I told him, I said, you look like you're restraining yourself. If you're going to do it, you got to do it. You can't have inhibitions. You have to get it.
Me that?
I did. I'm like, because there was a scene where you were like grabbing her and you were skipping her butt.
Oh.
A guy's not going to do that. That's like the best part.
Oh, that was just out of respect for you, honey.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
And honestly,
then you got more comfortable.
Hey, I have another. Look, I have a couple more.
Okay.
Mariah says TJ's right. Remember Mr. and Miss Smith? It birthed to Brangelina. There's many.
And he was married.
Okay, that's my point. But my point is this: when it comes to movie, there's a lot of. It wasn't Harry Styles and Olivia Wilde, and when it comes to movies and love stories, it's beyond just dancing and just beyond shooting a scene. You're building, your characters could fall in love, for goodness sake. It's a completely different thing. And Deborah agrees with me too. I agree with TJ, but it also depends on the persons involved in the project. And I agree with this. I'm not saying I don't trust Franny. I trust her more than I thought I could trust anyone. And Channing Tatum seems like a cool dude. This is a selfish thing. This is just me saying, you are not going to have that type of connection with my woman. And that's that. And Franny seems to like that because she's
funny.
Well, I don't know why you think it's funny.
I just feel like it's
you got to go
protected.
find someone else.
I take
to be
it
like
as
that.
being
No,
protected.
not this one. You're not going to be doing all that with it. Nope. G Sawyer says, I think TJ means like that energy will channel emotions, which will eventually break the dam.
Yeah,
it could.
The chemistry. You could tell. I could tell before I even knew the Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I saw the chemistry. I was like, ooh, this is deep.
Yeah.
Like you could tell that they were into each other.
Corlicia says, no, she's an actor. You could do what
she.
I don't know what that means, but a video is the same thing. You are jealous. Maybe. And then Belen says, TJ, you're leaving me perplexed. I thought you had a more open mind and you weren't so jealous. If you had made a sensual video, Franny also thought the same, right? Yeah. Look, I get what you all are saying.
I don't think you do. I feel like you really don't think like there's.
I definitely. You all haven't changed my mind and not think it's different. It's different.
You know what it is about the insomnia video? I knew it was going to be sexy, but I didn't know it was going to be like that. But I do love the art behind it. I think it was a beautiful video. Like it couldn't have been better. Honestly, it was great, but I wasn't prepared, I think. I'm prepared now. I know what you got up your sleeve now, Omizzle.
Mizzle, I blamed it all on you. You remember you said to blame it all on you. Chrissy says
you probably knew months before, right?
The chemistry.
you and Omizzle probably have many conversations. Toria, why didn't you fill me in? That's what I want to know.
Oh man. Chrissy says, TJ, the chemistry isn't as strong as it seems.
In some cases.
Chrissy, have you seen this movie? That's the first thing. I'm not going to say you're wrong because we don't know. And I think you're right. But there are some scenes where it looks like there's some type of a connection. Even if she's playing a role, even if she's putting herself into...
My question is like, thing. Is it hard for the guy not to get turned on by that?
I don't know how I couldn't. And I get it.
Whoa.
I'm being honest.
You had someone on top of you, though, like a thong.
Francis,
so
this was different.
How?
You want me? Okay.
There's a set. Right, there's many people. Right,
we're gonna have to carry this conversation while we show all this footage because she's gonna act like this wasn't different. We have to remind people what Magic Mike is.
But what I'm saying is, when you're that close with someone, touching bodies, how do you not get turned on?
I get it.
You've been in that position, so I'm asking you this question.
Okay.
Were you ever scared, like, for a moment, you might get turned on?
I don't know. I don't want to answer these questions right now. I this is a little bit too much.
See?
But
I think inquiring minds want to know.
Maybe we'll save this for another one. This is a tough question.
I think it's time to stop that video because it's lagging.
Okay. Yeah.
I would love for you to answer that question.
Before I answer that question, let me answer this first. That what happens in Magic Mike is way more sensual than what happened in the Salma video.
You are right about
I
that.
get there's fact that there's
He is
cameraman.
thrusting his hips.
There's cameraman. Yes, and he's putting his faces into all types of places.
Child. Yes, he was.
We don't need that extra commentary, Francis. But what I do want to say is I get it. There's cameramen, there's mic people with the mics and lighting, and there's 20, 30 people on this movie set. I get it. I've done many music videos. I've seen movies being shot. I know all that. But still, there's also things like rehearsals. There's things like,
Okay, so let's get to this question.
All right.
Go ahead.
Would you let Francis film a sensual music video with another man, especially one that has a crush on her? Oh, goodness.
That's a good question. Thank you for that question. That's a good one.
Look, it wouldn't be the easiest thing to do, but if she wanted to, and I was there or could be there, and it was a one-day shoot, I would. Wouldn't be easy.
Yeah, but I don't think you'd be able to really watch the video either after it was
it wouldn't be on my favorite video.
Right. Yeah.
But I honestly think I could. I'm being honest. I think I could. Especially if she wanted to, even if she, especially one that has a crush. Even if she had a crush on him, like she grew up having a crush on him, I think I could. I know I could. I think I would have more. It would be easier for me to say yes if she had the crush on him versus him having the crush on her. That's interesting. Did I lose you?
Yeah, because I feel like you're not being completely honest.
I promise you, if you had a crush on, let's take Enrique. You have a crush, or you had a crush on Enrique, right? If Enrique was doing it,
a crush.
I wouldn't. If it was a one-day shoot and I'm there, I would say, and you want to do it, I would say, make a great video. I would. Now, if after the shoot, he's like, do you want to go in? Nope. Now we got to talk.
Let's go have a drink.
But
he probably doesn't even drink.
But honestly, if that's what you were, an actress, a dancer, somewhere in there, and your crush, who you grew up liking or whatever, I wouldn't.
But you have said in the past, though, especially when we first met, that you wouldn't want a girl in the industry. You wouldn't want. No, you said that. No. You said you would rather your girlfriend, because I was a girlfriend, you would rather.
And that's true.
Your girlfriend not be in the industry.
That's 100% true. Yeah. That's 100% true. And Amizel says, what, Franny?
Blame it on me. It's part of my duty.
Look, man. Amizel, you are my man. You are my man,
Amizel, you're very creative. That's why I respect it. I'm a little concerned about the songs you guys have chosen for
the next rounds.
These sexual videos, these sexy videos.
The next round of videos.
Yeah, because I love these songs, but then Insomnia is not the same for me anymore. So I loved Insomnia.
She did. So what does that mean? That means you need to be in at least a couple of these.
I can't do that.
All right.
Amizel will be like, Francis, can you stop laughing and be serious?
Yeah, you should be in a couple.
Either I would laugh too much, or we would set the set would be on fire.
Oh shoot! Okay,
just saying.
Okay, shit. I'll tell you right now, if it's sparkling a bit, I ain't gonna let it stop. You're gonna have to be the one to tame the fire. El Boogie says, didn't Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck fall in love on a movie set? Yes, and Jiggly.
I think they did. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Movie sets are a different animal. They're a different animal.
But Enrique married. Well, he's not married to her, but him and Anna Kournikova were in a video and they fell in love.
Right, but I don't think he was.
That was a music video.
But he wasn't with someone at that time.
But that was a music video.
I feel like J-Lo or Ben Affleck. That was
a music video.
Was he with Jennifer Garner at that time? It's different.
Garner? No. Oh, no, he wasn't.
You sure?
I'm talking about Enrique here.
No, I know, but Enrique.
He also dated the other girl, the heartthrob of the 90s. Who was that girl? Oh, she was also in Hero. What was her? Is her name Jennifer Love Hewitt? Yes.
Oh yeah, I remember her.
He also dated her. She was in one of his videos.
But that's a bit different. He was because he's a single man, and they were probably single women. That's different. That's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother topic. We're talking about people who are married, and I feel like there's a way better, higher percentage that people in movie sets, even when married, fall in love with others. That's all.
Hmm.
That's all.
Hmm.
Harmony with the super chat. Franny, will you read this?
Harmony says, it's a beautiful jealousy. I love that my husband wouldn't let me do it. Still no difference, TJ. Franny's got this one.
Oh my goodness.
I agree. And I do think it's cute because TJ never shows like a possessive or jealous side.
And honestly,
I look at it as you being protective.
I'm telling you guys the truth. When I went into this movie, I did not. If you asked me this before, I don't think I would have said that. But while I was there, I was like, oh no, this ain't happening. Oh no. I mean, they really accomplished something with that movie.
So I have
that
a question.
Movie's very steamy.
It is. It's very steamy. But did you?
I was impressed.
And this is the first time I asked you this question during the insomnia video. Did you ever worry about how I was feeling?
All the time.
You did?
Even on non-insomnia videos, I'm worried about how you're feeling. Every day, I worry about how you're feeling.
Okay, stop.
Look, this is another thing. By the way, we've been reading at night some really good, important marriage and love books. It's very healthy, but
it is.
One thing she says, "Oh, stop!" But it's the truth. I think about Franny all the time, and I try to show her or remind her, because one of my favorite questions to her is, "Are you happy?"
That is true.
And that is because I'm thinking of you and I want you happy.
That is
I don't
true.
say it just for fun. I want to make sure you're happy.
I'm usually pretty happy though.
So I'm always thinking about you, honey. Whether you know it or not. Lena, will you read this one, Francis?
Yeah, Lena says, I do get it though. Spending longer with someone in that kind of intense setting means you do connect differently.
I'm telling you guys. And this was a Harmony comment that I was up, but I forgot to read. It says, my husband wouldn't be able to handle it. I find that sexy of him.
I do too.
I wouldn't be able to handle it.
It's like you belong to me kind of thing. But
I would not.
But it's a double standard because women we're allowed to feel that, but it's like you're not supposed to feel that. It makes you get labeled as insecure.
7 says, I don't think any married spouse should put themselves in tempting situations, male or female.
I agree with that. I agree.
Yeah, I mean, it does get a bit harder when you come to creating an art. And look, I'm not one. It's just I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm changing. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. You could not be in that movie. That's all. That's one thing I do know. That is one thing I do know. Not sure if that's the right or wrong way to be, but that's just speaking.
You're entitled to your feelings.
I'm entitled to my feelings.
I think it's cute.
Well, we'll have a follow-up if she starts taking acting lessons or dancing lessons. Isabel says, yes, but I do think men are easier to be seduced, and they think women would be the same.
I do feel like men, yes.
I see what you're saying, Isabel.
For sure.
You know what it is? There's just a couple of scenes where Selma Hayek's eyes tell me a lot. And that was something I would not want to ever see my wife eyes doing.
She played the part very well.
She's freaking great.
She really did.
And she's not known for her acting, and I'm not saying she needs an Oscar or anything. But there's some times when they're dancing or he's dancing, whatever you want to say, and her eyes are telling me all I need to know. And I could not let you, or I would not want to see your eyes saying those stories. That would mess me up. They would. They would.
I never thought that about you.
Isabel says, the most I like of these lives is how honest you both are. You are great. Hey.
Oh, thanks, Isabel.
Thank you, Isabel. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm telling you, I like I said a couple years ago, I don't know if I would have had this position. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I didn't think that the insomnia video would make me feel like that. I really didn't.
Until it happened.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah.
And then it happened. And so, but I'm prepared for the next one.
All right.
If I choose to join.
Oh, on set?
Yes.
Okay. That's your choice though, babe.
Yeah. Okay.
Always your choice. The movie rater with the super chat says, here's a challenge for TJ. Let Franny play the love interest for Tom Cruise in a Mission Impossible movie. What's the worst that can happen? Hey, if she's an actress and she wants to be in Mission Impossible, I'm all for it. The one movie she will not be in, or the one movie series, is Magic Mike. That is all I'm trying to say. She ain't being in that one.
Magic Mike.
Chrissy with the super chat says, TJ, I've seen how they're shot. You have nothing to worry. Yeah, it's not necessarily just the shooting, you guys. It's the preparation. It's the rehearsals, because they had to rehearse. These dance scenes, there's some rehearsing. And I've been in rehearsals, and not in this kind of way. But my point is, there's times where it's just the dancers aren't in there, and there's no camera, and there's no producers and directors. And that's kind of where, like I said, you're rehearsing those dance movements daily. I don't think so.
I'm just saying, if Channing Tatum grabbed me
okay,
like that from my hips and pulled me back,
hey,
we might have some problems.
Francis, this is a YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter live stream. Okay, we can't be talking all craziness.
I'm just saying.
Mommy says, leave our boy Omizzle alone. He's magical.
He is magical.
He's the best.
He sees the art.
And the Movie Raider with another super chat. Thank you so much. The Movie Raider says Brian Luttrell from the Backstreet Boys met his wife on the set of a music video. Mm-hmm. Again, it's different.
Why?
Because he was single.
We don't know if he was. We don't know if Enrique was.
Look.
We don't know that.
Look, are we really going to act like a movie set is the same?
I get it. You're
as a
longer.
Movie?
You have more time to spend with them.
A lot more time.
I get it.
A lot more time.
I do understand.
Okay. And then Chris says, wasn't Nick Lachey with Jessica Simpson at the time he met Vanessa Manillo for his music video, What's Left of Me?
Ooh.
I don't know that, but I don't think we should speculate. So until we know, we shouldn't really dive in. But yeah, I don't know.
I know some famous people, like, know them, that had a boyfriend or a girlfriend and they cheated on their boyfriend or girlfriend.
I'm not, like, when it comes to that, I'm not worried about it. Maybe it's a selfish thing. Maybe I just don't want to see you have that same look Selma Hayek had at a couple points. I don't think I need to see that. Central Michael says both points and feelings are valid and matters. The Weird says, why do men go to strip clubs for their bachelor party though? Are they not still in a relationship before marriage anyway? Well, this is a pretty hard
this is a good
question to answer, especially in these kind of settings. And The Weird, you are the queen of some good questions.
And TJ knows all too well.
But my question is, why are you asking me on this setting during this time? I think this is different. I think strip clubs and males and bachelor party, that's something that's always...
Yeah, but what are the chances the guy that's having the bachelor party is with one of the girls?
Low.
Why?
Low. I don't know of any people who've been to a strip club and then went on and had a further relationship with
not a relationship, a sexual encounter.
I don't see that.
An affair.
I don't see that. I don't see that.
It happens.
I'm not going to say it doesn't happen, but I got a lot of friends who've been to a lot of different things and
including
they're not
yourself?
Shy, and I just haven't seen that.
Okay.
We're going to move on. Chrissy says, I know actors, they talk about it. Not fun to shoot. Yeah, I believe that.
I can see how it could be uncomfortable for sure. I was actually uncomfortable for Stella.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
But again, Francis, this Selma Hayek's a bit different. Selma Hayek's a very strong, adventurous type of woman.
I mean, did you see her in, what was it? Is it El Dorado? What was that one?
Desperado?
She looked amazing.
She looked amazing in this one. And then
she was...
I bet you if you asked Channing Tatum 10, 15 years ago, he would mention Selma Hayek as someone he always, So,
yeah.
So that's just a hard one to do. It's just hard. Virgil with the super chat says, for years, I've collected hundreds of candid photos of MJ without makeup, proving he had vitiligo. I hope they put a struggle with it in the biopic. I can't speak on anything, but I believe they would. my uncle definitely had vitiligo,
Mm-hmm.
from someone who saw my uncle in various different costumes, outfits, whatever. He definitely did. And I don't know. I don't want to comment on it completely because I'm not within the film production team like that. But I think it's something that will be covered. Kalia says,
Hey, Kalia.
this has to be my favorite Family Rose Lies. And I agree with Franny on this one. Thank you for making me laugh at work.
Kalia. Fist bump.
It's all good, Kalia. It's all good. My love for you has not changed even this much.
You know what's funny though? With the insomnia video, I feel like you didn't really understand.
What do you mean?
Like how I felt. I don't think you really took it into consideration.
Well, you know what, honey?
You had a one-track mind at the time.
You may have been right.
Yeah.
And I apologize for that. But I will say this. I don't necessarily know if it was because I was in work mode and creative mode and you know, it was my first music video in a long time. Me. Oh, Mizzle could have warned us. I mean, we both did.
Whatever. I didn't know Mizzle at the time.
I love you,
Had I known him, I would have been like, fill me in, Mizzle. Get me ready.
Hey, Mizzle could have warned both of us. We both felt like we were, you know, didn't know what we were getting into.
I think Mizzle and you talked very clearly about what was going down.
What I want to say is, after seeing this movie,
maybe you knew I wouldn't go.
No, I thought you would be there. After seeing this movie, I can respect and understand what you're saying more. That's the honest truth.
Perfect.
So
that's all I want.
Yeah, it's true.
Some understanding.
It's true. Tori says, I love how you both turned a simple visit to the movies into a thought-provoking discussion. Really got us over here thinking. Well, you are welcome, Tori. And what's funny, we almost went and saw Marlowe instead. And I said, look, okay, so here's the thing. We were supposed to go take JoJo to go see Titanic. And JoJo had so much homework to do that it ended up being just me and Francis. And I really want to save watching this new remastered Titanic with JoJo because she hasn't seen the movie and I want to be with her when she watches what is arguably my favorite movie. So I was like, Franny, we plotted to go see a movie. We don't have time to. The only two movies I care to see that I haven't seen so far are Marlowe and Magic Mike. I didn't want to see Ant-Man. I'm kind of not protesting, but I'm kind of done with superhero movies
right now.
I've seen Avatar 5 times, so I couldn't see that one again. And then Marlowe and Magic Mike were like two. It was like, I'll see those.
And I actually picked Marlowe first.
Yeah, I said, you get to pick which one to go see. I will go with you, whatever. I don't want to think about it. They're playing pretty much at the same time. You pick. And then she said, what did you say?
I said, Marlowe looks like it has a great storyline. Maybe we should go see that.
And then
we watched Magic Mike first. I was like,
The trailer.
Okay. Yeah. And I was like, I don't know. And then you showed me Marlowe and I was like, oh, that's interesting because I like suspense.
Okay.
But then I don't know. I think you were more encouraging us to go see it. Because I think you thought that I would feel uncomfortable.
No. You picked Magic Mike. I said you pick whichever one. I don't want to have to think about it because I was doing other things.
I'm going to tell you.
And you said, let's go see Magic Mike.
I like the first Magic Mike and the storyline. I thought it was a good one.
Look, don't let it fool you. I gave her two options. She clearly picked
wasn't
Magic
like,
Mike.
Oh, I want to go see Magic Mike.
It wasn't that. No,
it wasn't.
When I gave you those two, she said, let's go see Magic
Mike. After I saw the trailer, though, for Magic Mike, I was like, oh, this looks like a good storyline.
And it was good.
Yeah, it was.
It was good. So it was really a simple trip to the movies.
It worked out.
That turned out to be a fun couples.
I enjoyed the lady next to us.
It was fantastic.
I really did.
And I learned a lot from her. I learned you got to let women. Be you. Go have fun. Go see things. Go with your girlfriends, go with your friends, go with your husbands, go and I feel this is something that's important because I feel a lot of times in societies, we always are trying to, like, there's double standards. And that's all I'm trying to say. And I think it was important that it was great for me to see. It was a really cool learning experience, not just because of Franny and her reactions, but because of the girl next to me who was alone again, just enjoying being by herself, and she had a great time. So I thought it was important. I really, really did. Chrissy with super chat says TJ Francis is very much in love with you. It'll be okay.
This is true, Chrissy. This is true.
That is true. Sequoia with the super chat. Thank you so much, Sequoia. Sequoia says, don't forget Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt and Mr. and Miss Smith. Brad Pitt was still married to Jennifer Aniston. And to the weird, women have bachelorette parties and they're more intense. I agree with this, Sequoia. I think she's right.
Are they? I've heard of some of your friends' bachelor. I was like, what?
I think Sequoia is 100% right. First of all,
I've heard of you guys's, and I was like, oh my gosh.
No.
Uh-oh.
A bachelorette party, when you have those
a lot of women,
thongs and those all that stuff, that's too much. I do feel like bachelorette parties are more intense than bachelor parties.
I would never want to do that.
Because it's as if, like, I feel like there's two different types of women. There's a woman that wants to travel and just have or not even a bachelorette party. It's more about having
the experience.
What do they call
all the girlfriends?
What? Yeah, is it a bridal shower?
Yes,
that's what they're focused on.
Yes,
a bridal shower. The bachelorette party could be an afterthought. It could be something like, let's go to a club, let's go have fun, let's go dance, let's get.
Well, you went
drinks.
to both of mine.
Fine. My point is this. For those women who really want to have a bachelorette party, who really want to make sure bachelorette party's on par with their bridal shower, or even more so, it's like, okay, you want it at a certain type of level. You want to have too much fun, or you want to have this high amount of fun. So we're going to bring that amount of fun to you. Where see, she knows where a bachelor party is like, okay, that's our bridal shower because we don't have groom showers. So that's kind of our thing. And it's going to be at one level. And I think
hot and steamy level. Down boy.
It's
down
more just fun and
down,
laughter. Claire says, after this live, I've decided to take my husband to go see Puss in Boots instead. I don't want to get into trouble. That is amazing, Claire. That is funny. By the way, that's a good movie too. But yes. It's a different experience, and I truly feel, like I said, I feel this is a great movie for women. I do.
It was good
for women. Belen says, if Francis hadn't wanted you to make the video, wouldn't you have done it, even if you would have been a great and important video for your career? If Francis didn't really want me to do the video, I would have done it.
Don't say that.
I wouldn't have.
I don't believe that.
I wouldn't have. But I don't think you would have ever really told
even
me
if
that.
I didn't want to, I don't have the heart to tell him I don't feel comfortable. There have been situations
career-wise, music?
Not even for your career.
Okay.
Okay. That annoy me.
Okay.
And I tell you.
You do.
Because that's got to be done.
Okay. But in terms of my music career, there hasn't been an episode.
You're gonna play hush hush on this one, guys.
No,
I don't blame you.
No, it's just I don't want to take over the live with something like that.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, I just think that I don't know if you would have. I don't have the heart to say no. Like if it's for you and it's something you really want to do, I don't feel like I should be saying no to that. Do you know what I mean?
I agree. I feel the same way with you, honey.
Yeah, I don't think that I
really do.
I would never be like, no, you're not doing that.
Right.
That's not my personality.
Franny, will you read this super chat from Kinga?
Kinga says, it's nothing wrong to feel attraction to other. It's all about trust. But anyway, I feel you, Franny. See? Kinga feels it.
Francis, Lady Maestra says, shouldn't that question be the other way around? And the question she is asking about is, could I let Francis be in a movie like that? So I do want to reverse that around. Could you let me be in a movie like that?
I think I could. I would want to see what you got.
You could let me be in that movie?
I think so, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Kinga, by the way, I do agree with you. I completely agree with you. I think attraction and attractiveness is part of us as humans, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
There are many males that Francis thinks is cute or whatever, and vice versa. And I think that's healthy, that not only that we feel that way, but we could discuss it openly.
I also think that insomnia has prepared me for whatever's to come. Really. I think it's the first initial time and you're like, whoa. But then it's like, okay, I see the art in it. I see past the, you know, the sexiness of it and I see the art.
Um, I love this. This is an older post or older chat message, but Efka says for Chewy, we had some dogs who love to destroy toys, but toys from the brand Kong are difficult to break. With those ropes, watch out that he doesn't eat bites and pieces of it. Our last dog did that. Yeah,
Ah,
I'm learning about all this because there's so many great dog chew toys, but some of them can be dangerous because they can break into little pieces and the dog can swallow it. And obviously no one wants to swallow plastic or any different type of material we're not supposed to be eating. So I'm trying to do my research to make sure Chewy's not swallowing in anything that he's not supposed to and not chewing on things he's not supposed to.
yeah.
Here's another question that's not related to Magic Mike. The movie Raider says, TJ, would you consider Taylor Swift to be the MJ of this generation decade in terms of popularity, sales, and how much she is admired? Um, that's a tough question, the movie Raider. And the reason why it's tough to me because obviously Taylor Swift is incredibly popular. If I had to pick someone, a solo artist who can command 6 and 7 stadiums and #1 albums as
Around the
well.
world, right? Does she do it around the world?
That's what
That's
my
the real
question is.
question
I don't
is.
know if Taylor Swift, like, I don't think Taylor Swift could do stadiums in Africa. I don't think maybe I'm wrong and someone could correct me. I don't know if she's doing multiple nights in South America or in Asia. Um,
I think the one you can compare to is like Coldplay.
well,
They
this is what's challenging, and this is why I feel my uncle's on a whole nother level, is because, and I have to say this. See, here's the thing: there's a lot of people out there who don't know Taylor Swift songs and don't want to know them or don't care about them, and I feel that's where my uncle was different. It's like it's pretty hard to find. It's pretty hard to find someone that doesn't know and like a Michael Jackson song. And the thing with my uncle is he had not only his own catalog, but then there's the Jacksons and the Jackson 5. Who isn't liking ABC? I Want You Back. So
it's like when your uncle comes on, it's like every culture, every nationality is getting up. They're moving to that song. They feel it.
yeah, and I just feel his legacy is on a whole nother level. But I want to respect the original question because to me the question is who of today's artist is the biggest and is the closest in terms of that popularity. And this is where I respect the question because Taylor Swift, I may have to go with that as the one who will have, if Taylor Swift releases an album in 2023, it's going #1. And I love Beyonce, and I'd rather go see a Beyonce concert if I could speak freely. But her album may not go #1. It's not, as the original question was, popularity sells. Taylor's getting that. She's also selling stadiums. So,
Mm.
whereas you could take someone like Drake, #1 album, but is he selling stadiums like Taylor is? So I can kind of respect the question, but in terms of, and that this wasn't a question, but I think some have interpreted this way in terms of them being on the same level, equal. I don't think it's there. Like I said, it's because of my uncle. I feel was truly global, and I truly feel his catalog was more immersive and had everyone. Taylor Swift to me has a certain type of audience, and she does that very well. And obviously, if you are a Taylor Swift fan, not just the one who asked the question, but for anyone, you should be proud of it.
Well, she's definitely talented. Her
she's a
writing skills too
she's a
are
talented
amazing.
person and she should be admired. I just don't think she's admired and even respected at the same level as my uncle was. I feel the closest that was to him in that way, to be honest, was Prince. I know Prince wasn't as massive worldwide. He was massive in the U.S., but in terms of that kind of once in a lifetime talent and the genius side of it, Prince is the comparable to me. Again, I still would pick my uncle. Um, call it what you want, but Prince is the other one. Lady Marsha says, I feel like this would need to be another conversation on another day because there would be so much to talk about. It's
That's
true.
true.
Very true. But I love that question. I do, and I don't think it's as crazy as a question because what Taylor Swift has accomplished, again, it's hard to go number one. It's hard to have that kind of clout. It's hard to take on Ticketmaster and all that stuff, and we should be respecting that she does do that. Not many artists can do that, but in terms of true popularity and magnitude of impact on society around the world, I don't think it's that close. That's just me. What else do we have? I think that could be it. Franny, is there anything else you want to say or talk about? Or
No, I want to read some questions.
Barbara says you two are cracking us up. We try, Barbara. We just have some fun, and we are sending all of our love to you, Barbara.
Someone,
Yes.
I liked how someone in there said, "Fast forward to water scene."
That water scene was something else, man. Franny J, this question was actually 48 minutes ago.
Wow.
Hey, Franny, talking about Prince. Hey, TJ and Franny J, what are your guys' favorite Prince songs?
Yeah, mine is not original. I just remember playing this over and over when I was younger. Housequake.
Housequake.
I think it was called Housequake.
Really?
Shut up. And then he says the GD word, and yeah.
Really?
It's got, I think it was the track for me, but oh man, when doves cry? Is that one?
Yeah, Prince.
Purple Rain. I mean, there's so many.
Purple Rain's my big song favorite. But I also like Diamonds and Pearls.
Yeah.
Most Beautiful Girl in the World.
Yeah.
When Doves Cry. Little Red
Corvette. There's a lot of good ones.
There's a lot. So it's hard. He's one of those that to me it's like pretty powerful. Ben says TJ is like Frank Sinatra. Frank Sinatra used to be on set for the love scenes and films of his ex and much younger wife, Mia Farrow, in the 1960s. Yeah.
Would you let me do it without you being there? Or would you even want to be there?
You know, Franny J, again, I feel like I would have said before we saw the movie, it didn't matter. You could do it. Da, 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 da. But there's something about, I don't know, that magic might kind of mess me up. I'll be honest, it messed me up. I think it's there was just too much. I don't want to say chemistry because I wasn't on the set and I know the power of Hollywood of creating what looks like chemistry. There's just too much steam. And I think if it and Channing Tatum's a great dancer. He looks great. So and I know that's her type of a guy too. That doesn't help because her husband looks like an older version of Channing Tatum. Like I said, the true hero to me is the husband. It ain't either of them. It's the husband. I don't know how he took one for all of you guys. All you female who liked Magic Mike, The Last Dance, the husband is who you should be thanking. I don't know how he did that. It's true. I don't think I could have done that.
It's her craft.
Yeah. No, we're good. All right, Franny J. Anything else we need to talk about before we say goodbye to everyone?
Oh, you just passed something.
Nope, we're good.
Okay.
Anything else you want to say, my love?
I don't think so.
Chrissy with the super chat says nobody has won 8 awards in one night like Michael. I feel like someone has though. I think didn't Beyonce?
I thought she did.
Someone. But Chrissy, I think when my uncle did it, it was more of an I don't want to say of a truer accomplishment, but it was something that wasn't happening. It wasn't something that was regular. I feel like today it's regular. So I agree with that.
There was a good question up there. Really.
He did it first. That's right. That's the way to say it. Which one, Ben? This one?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Franny. You read it.
I think so. Is that the one? Yeah. Claire says, would you consider maybe adding parts from your family roles vlogs of both together in your music videos, TJ? At least that way Franny will be in them.
Yeah, that's a good point. And maybe we need to do like a Family Rules theme song. Huh.
Well, you're the writer.
I know. I didn't think about it.
Let's do it.
And maybe that could be, but that Family Rules theme sounds good. But another thing I do want to say, you guys, and this is in case you're not a knight. Last week,
your charger's there, by the way.
It was about 8 days ago. We went on a Valentine's Day mini staycation, and for any Knights members, I want to make sure you guys know that it was posted just, I think, yesterday. So you can watch that video of how we spent our Valentine's Day. And then this weekend, we're going to have some more footage, bonus content footage from our trip in Spain. That was our latest vlog that was released on Sunday. A lot of you guys have seen it. It seems like you guys loved it. But I've said this before, I think in the members live that we did on Sunday, that I had noticed that I missed out on sending Omizel a lot of great content from our time in Finistrat, Spain. And instead of redoing it for a vlog, Omizel and myself have decided to release it as bonus content. So you're going to see a lot of cool stuff from us swimming, playing ping pong, to shopping in Finistrat, and just all cool things in an upcoming bonus content release. Again, that would just be for night members. So if it's something you want to do, become a night member, and that gives you also access to all our other bonus content from the past. Chewy's found a way to entertain himself.
Some of these comments are so funny.
Which one are you reading?
Yolanda was just saying, "Stand your ground, TJ." Babe, plug in your computer.
Okay, where's the Yolanda one? I'm curious about that. She said, "Stay my girl." What is she talking about?
Don't go too fast, babe. You go so fast.
I know. I can't find it. I know that there's just a lot of comments. But is there anything else we want to say, Francis?
No, my love.
No, am I giving you a headache?
No.
There's a lot of comments. I'm sorry. Oh, and
I'm thinking about that lasagna.
Peter said my Aunt Janet at the American Music Awards won 8. There you go.
Wow.
Some of these comments I really want to put on, but I shouldn't. All right, Franny,
it's
we're
gonna send you into a tangent.
Yeah, we're good, right? All right.
Yeah, you have DDJF, honey.
Yes. Okay, so there's a couple more things I want to do. You
and
guys,
your computer's not gonna die?
No, not before we do this.
Okay.
It was a fun chat.
It was so much fun.
Franny, one more question. Should all women over 40 see this movie?
Absolutely.
I definitely think so.
Absolutely.
Married, divorced, single, go see this movie if you're a female. Go see it with your friends. Go see it with your husband. See it with a boyfriend. I just thought it was a fun, cool movie that can spark some conversations that are healthy. So I definitely agree with that. Again, you guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like it, subscribe, and hit the bell. Chewy's getting excited. And then the last thing I want to say is the fan artwork.
Let's see it.
Here we go. This is some cool fan 3D artwork from Lachey Creative. Very cool. It's like 3D models of us, Franny J. I love it.
Yeah.
Really cool. I think you can add different clothes now that it's a 3D model. Well,
oh, that's cool.
But either way, it's a really cool thing. And you got us really cool. There we go with the it spins.
Yeah, I like my curves.
Look at you. Why is your butt bigger than mine? I got a much bigger butt than you.
You do. That is true.
Either way,
you got a donkey.
It's very cool. Lachey. Love it. All right, I think that is it, Franny, right?
Thanks for joining us, guys.
It was fun as always. We will see you guys next time. You guys be safe. Take care. Love you all. God bless and adios.
Bye, guys.